They let you go just like that. Maybe it came in a short meeting. Maybe it came in a cold email. Or maybe it came without warning. One minute you were part of the team, the next you were erased. And you've probably gone through all the stages: shock, anger, fear, shame. It's okay, those are natural. It's human to grieve something you gave so much to. But at some point, maybe today, maybe right now, you've got to make a choice. You either keep holding on to the story of how unfair this was, or you decide that this is where the excuses end and the real story begins. Because the truth is, they let you go. But you've been letting yourself go for a while now. You've been letting yourself play smaller than you should. You've been letting your potential sit in the back seat. While fear drove, you've been letting the years pass, while convincing yourself that this is just how life works. But now you're free in freedom. Without action is just another version of being stuck. So what's stopping you really? Is it the belief that you're too old, that the job market's too hard, that the economy is too weak, that your degree doesn't matter anymore, that people don't care about your experience, that the world has moved on and left you behind? Those thoughts, they feel real. They sound logical, but they're not truth. They're excuses, painful, polished, well-justified excuses. And if you're not careful, they'll chain you to the past. You'll spend months replaying the moment you were let go. Instead of using this moment to go forward, you'll spend years blaming the economy, the company, the system, when deep down there's a voice in you saying, it's time to stop explaining and start executing. You know what excuses do they keep you safe? That they also keep you small. They give you a reason to avoid the discomfort of change because it's easier to say, the market is tough, than it is to say, I've avoided growth. It's easier to say, they didn't appreciate me, than it is to say, I stopped challenging myself years ago. It's easier to say, there's no opportunity out there, than it is to say, I don't know what I really want. But easier doesn't lead to greatness. Easier keeps you looping in circles. Easier robs you of the life you were actually meant to live. So yes, they let you go, but maybe finally you can let go too. Let go of the version of you that was always waiting for someone else to tell you your worth. Let go of the career path that never fit but felt safe. Let go of the habit of hiding behind business so you didn't have to face what you really wanted. Let go of the excuses, the blame, the story that says you're a victim. You're not. You're a builder, a fighter, a creator. You've been through enough to know how to start again. And this time you're not starting over from zero. You're starting over with lessons, with wisdom, with pain that shaped you and pressure that forged you. There's a difference between people who stay stuck and people who rise. It's not talent. It's not connections. It's not even luck. It's responsibility, the willingness to say, this is my life. I take full ownership from this point forward. No more blaming, no more waiting, no more excuses. That doesn't mean you won't be afraid. It means you move anyway. That doesn't mean you won't have setbacks. It means you don't let them stop you. So here's the real challenge. Can you look yourself in the mirror today and say, I'm done running from my potential? Can you sit in the discomfort of being unemployed and still choose to create something meaningful with your time? Can you stop asking why this happened to you and start asking what this is trying to wake up in you? Because it's not about the job. It never was. It's about what the job distracted you from. Your ideas, your dreams, your hunger, your gifts. Now is the time to get real with yourself, with your goals, with your next steps. You don't need a perfect 5-year plan. You need one brave decision. I'm not going to use this layoff as an excuse. I'm going to use it as fuel. They let you go, good. Now let go of what's been holding you back. It's time to stop waiting. Waiting for the next call, the perfect job post, the recruiter who finally gets your worth. Because waiting is just another excuse dressed up as patience. You've spent too much of your life waiting for permission, for validation, for security. And now when life has stripped all of that away, you're being called to do something different, to lead yourself, to stop outsourcing your direction to companies that never really cared, and to stop outsourcing your confidence to strangers. Behind screens, they let you go. Now it's your turn to let go of the illusion that someone else is coming to rescue you. No one is, and that's not bad news. That's the best news you'll ever hear. Because when you stop looking for someone to save you, you finally step into your own power. That's what this is really about. Not your resume, not your interview strategy power. The power to wake up and decide, I will not waste this, the power to say, I will not go back to who I was before they let me go. The power to act before you feel ready, before the fear is gone, before you've got it all figured out. And let's talk about fear, because it will show up, it will say, what if I fail again? What if I'm not good enough? What if this is just how my story ends? But fear is lazy, it repeats old lines, like a broken record, and every time you listen, you shrink, you play it safe. You go back to things that don't serve you, that not this time you get to say, I hear you, fear, but you don't drive anymore. This time you sit in that chair, open your laptop, and start the plan you've been putting off. This time you send the message, make the call, take the course, write the idea, build the thing. This time you stop blaming and start building. Because here's the raw truth. If you want to change your life, it's going to be hard, but so is staying where you are. Struggling is hard, starting is hard, but only one of them moves you forward. Only one of them creates the future you want. The question is, which hard will you choose? You're not too old, you're not too late. You're not broken, you're just done with the excuses. And done letting life happen to you instead of through you. So what now? Now you turn the excuses into fuel. They didn't value me becomes I will build value no one can ignore. I was comfortable becomes I was stuck. They gave up on me because I'm finally betting on myself. You start where you are with what you've got. And you commit to making this season count, even if you're not sure where it will lead. Because clarity comes from movement, not from waiting. And consistency beats perfection every time. So show up every day for your goals, for your mindset, for your future. And when the old story tries to pull you back, when your mind says you can't do this, you're not ready, you're not enough, you answer back with action. You let your work be your rebuttal. You let your growth be your response. You let your rise be your revenge. They let you go. Watch what happens next. Watch what happens when you finally stop letting excuses run your life. Watch what happens when you start making decisions from vision, not fear. Watch what happens when you choose to own your story. Even the messy parts, especially the messy parts. Because that's where the magic is. Not in pretending to have it all together, but in showing up anyway. They let you go. Let that be the line in the sand. The moment you stopped making excuses, the moment you stopped telling the story of what happened to you and started living the story of what you created. Because of it, your power is not in your job title. It's in your ability to begin again stronger, wiser, and completely unwilling to settle. You've got this, no more excuses.